Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. On today's episode of General Hospital, Tracy helps Brooke Lynn and Chase, Michael and Drew reach a new understanding, and Lois has great preparations for their wedding. When Laura boards the ferry in France, she asks Dante where Spencer is. Dante tells her what transpired with Esme, and that although there has been no evidence of Spencer or Esme, the search is still ongoing. He promises to follow up to see if there have been any further developments. Trina recalls the altercation with Esme and her and Spencer going too far in her stateroom. When Portia and Curtis come, Portia gives her a hug. Portia queries what transpired when Curtis informs that Spencer is being sought after by French police. Trina tells them about the altercation with Esme and how, similar to what happened in Greenland, Spencer prevented her death. Trina says she knows in her heart that he is alive as Laura arrives. Laura encourages her to follow her heart. When Laura inquires as to what transpired, Trina explains that Esme had plotted to take Spencer hostage and drive Nicholas from hiding in order to exchange Spencer for Ace. Laura asks if there has been any update when Dante arrives. Dante says he's sorry, but he has bad news. He claims that more than a day has passed, and given the water's temperature and the gift that Esme gave him, since Spencer is thought to be dead, the authorities are viewing this as a recovery expedition rather than a rescue one. Declaring that they are mistaken, Trina bolts from the cabin. Curtis apologizes to Laura, and Portia pursues Trina. In order to provide Trina with the information when she's ready, Curtis travels to speak with the French police captain to get the specifics. If there is anything Dante can do to help Laura, he asks. There is nothing Laura can do to bring her grandchild back, she sobs. Crying to her mother on deck, Trina queries how she is expected to simply let Spencer go. According to Portia, Spencer was a hero, and because of him, Esme is no longer able to harm her. There's nothing left for them to do here, so Portia proposes they head home. According to Trina, she will see her mother at the stateroom. When she's by herself, Trina is unsure of how to bid Spencer go. When Portia gets back to the cabin, Curtis informs her that although there's a 50% chance the body will be found, the authorities will continue their search for the next 48 hours. Curtis is aware that Trina won't be happy with either conclusion because she will want to see the body if it is discovered and won't be able to find closure if it isn't. Portia sobs, saying she didn't want Spencer in Trina's life in the first place. Dante and Laura discover Trina still on deck. Laura won't be gone for long. Trina knows she wants to get home to Kevin. She should take as much time as she needs, Laura advises. After reflecting on her last several days with Spencer, Trina concludes that this isn't the end. Lois talks endlessly at the Quartermain residence about how she and Chase are getting married at St. Anthony's in Bensonhurst, with a reception to follow on a ship that passes under the Brooklyn Bridge and around the Statue of Liberty. Tracy would like to add something, but she recalls telling Gregory she wouldn't argue with Lois regarding the greeting and assistance. Lois believes that Brooke Lynn should marry in her old neighborhood, in front of all the people who have supported and loved her throughout her life. Tracy supports Lois when Brooke Lynn asks her grandmother to say anything. As Brooke Lynn begs Lois and Gregory to spend a minute with her grandmother, Lois is taken aback. By yourself, shocked, Brooke Lynn informs her grandmother that her mother's ideas were not meant for her to approve of. Tracy believed she supported her mother's vision. The former neighborhood is Brooke Lynn's favorite, but she does not want to get married there. It is here in Port Charles, somewhere meaningful to them, that she and Chase wish to tie the knot. Why doesn't she tell her mother, Tracy wonders. As the sole child of her mother, Brooke Lynn claims that a large Bensonhurst wedding holds great significance for her. Although Brooke Lynn doesn't want to offend her mother, she still wants their wedding to be just that, their wedding. Tracy claims that it will be. Tracy reveals that the wedding will be held here in Port Charles and extends an invitation to Gregory and Lois to return. It's going to be a formal wedding, she says, with flowers and catering. Is this what Brooke Lynn wants? Lois asks. Based in Port Charles, Chase and Brooklyn wish to get married here. Where will the fun be? Lois wonders. According to Tracy, the wedding's prelude night will be exciting. Tracy proposes holding the rehearsal dinner at a replica of Coney Island, while Lois advises using the Quartermain's luxurious aircraft to travel to the park and renting out the real Coney Island. Chase and Brooklyn concur with Lois' suggestion. Later, Lois confesses to Brooklyn and Chase that she went crazy and arranged a wedding that needed to be the wedding of their dreams, one that included all of her cousins. Gregory is astounded by Tracy's secret abilities in the foyer. Tracy claims that all she requires is the appropriate support. When Drew visits Carly at Crimson, she confesses that she's anxious to release her debut issue. Drew is confident that in 6 months, no one would even remember Nina was the place's manager. When Michael arrives to see Drew, he instead congrats his mother on her new position. Before leaving for G8 to assist Joss, Carly gives Drew a hug and tells him to be gentle with Michael. Following Carly's departure, Michael informs Drew that he is quitting as CEO. He believed that Drew ought to have informed him about the change at Crimson. Like you told me about Nina, Drew replies. Michael reiterates that since their recent reconciliation, he was unable to harm his father in that way. Michael relates that it didn't really help him because his father now holds him equally responsible for what transpired as he does Nina. Michael claims that although he should have told Drew too, he chose not to. Michael promises to stay as long as he needs to in order to find a replacement. Drew acknowledges that he should have been angry with Nina instead of Michael. Though he wants new ground rules, he wants Michael here. Drew wants to know that he can rely on Michael, but Michael is unsure of how to establish that confidence again. Drew claims he will make Nina pay even more, leaving her destitute and on her own, and he needs Michael's assistance. Michael declines him because he can't take the chance of losing Willow and his family due to one more grudge. Drew still won't allow Michael to step down, and he values the candor with which he rejected him. Transparency that Aurora desperately needs. He anticipates seeing Michael at his desk in the morning. Felicia meets Joss at the hospital and informs her that she has heard that Adam, her buddy, needs a patient advocate. After reviewing the case, Felicia explains that Adam must decide whether to stay with her, go home, or go back to school. Joss believes he needs assistance to find his parents. Willow hands Adam his guitar, and all of a sudden, his dad appears. He adds it's time for Adam to set priorities since he was thinking he had evolved past that. Adam stops him from taking the guitar when he tries to, and Willow claims he is disturbing the patient. Adam's father suggests they should discuss how he got here and the lies he's told. When Felicia and Joss show there, Adam's father claims he told the young woman not to approach his son. Felicia says hello and says she needs to talk to Adam by alone. When Carly gets there, Adam's father insists his son doesn't require a representative. Adam and Felicia leave the room because Adam wants to talk to her. Adam queries what occurs next. Felicia claims that he has been granted another chance to live his life, and it is up to him to do so. As Felicia sits next to Adam, she tells him that they need him to know that he's not alone and that he can ask for help because Adam attempted suicide. Joss informs Adam's father in the hallway that Adam was holding that guitar when she discovered him. She feels that because music gave him a purpose in life, he should embrace and adore Adam for who he is. Joss is interrupted by Felicia, who informs her that Adam wishes to see her. As he finishes dressing, she enters. He expresses gratitude to her for everything and adds he was told she brought the guitar to him. He is aware that he would have perished if it weren't for her. He expresses regret for his treatment of her. After Joss and Adam exit the room, Adam's father informs him that they are returning home. Adam claims he's not. Adam is returning to PCU since they have an excellent music program, and he has unfinished business there. Adam's dad queries who will foot the bill. He promises to get work and possibly a scholarship. He gives his father his number and says they will speak again later. After Adam's father leaves, Joss embraces Adam for being who he truly is at last. The news from Trina shocks Joss in the upcoming episode of General Hospital. Laura says they owe each other the truth when she receives an unexpected guest. Carly goes to Bobby's and meets a new client. Jordan and Anna carry on with their research. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.